And we're live.
Hello.
Hello, sister. Welcome back, everyone, to the Brother Sister Show. As we say pretty much every episode, we are siblings and we talk about movies. And this week we're talking about Game Over, man. And just, okay, you picked a
Well,
bad movie. I picked a bad
when?
movie. I didn't even, okay, so you picked a bad movie and you didn't even realize it was a bad movie. You
Oh,
picked
The
The Crow.
Crow.
And I picked this one and I completely forgot about it. Well,
Well, don't
let me
get
explain
ahead
what
of
happened.
yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself yet.
Okay, I won't.
We have a lot. Honestly, we have so much in this episode that I feel like we'll just like glide past this movie.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was gonna happen. We're just gonna glide over it, but
It's
whatever.
okay. I mean, we have a lot more catching up, and then I also have a surprise. Not
Oh,
like a good, well, yeah, something I kind of want to implement and that I've been wanting to, but we're gonna do it after we catch up. So, what's going on?
all right. So a lot of things. I've been watching. I've actually seen a lot of stuff. More TV shows than anything. But me and Kayla went to go watch Doctor Sleep last Friday,
Hmm.
and boy, that was a good movie. Like,
I don't trust you after Game Over Man.
and Zombieland. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time since I've seen The Shining, and honestly, The Shining's kind of boring.
Same.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it. I'm gonna say it.
I said same.
Uh, it's kind of boring, but this one I really liked. I don't know, like I had a good time watching it, so that's why I liked it. It kind of dragged. It was like 2.5 hours. Some of it
Is
was
it
like a little.
really?
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours.
Ugh.
I believe so. Could be wrong, but I don't want to look it up. But yeah, that's a good one. Uh, then I watched Get Out for my film analysis course, and man, that movie's perfect.
Well,
So
that's
many
a good
things.
movie to watch for that class. I thought they were the movies that you told me you were watching were all old, so I'm surprised.
Yeah, this one we have to. We're writing a 4-page paper on it. We have to write about it's a reception analysis, so how it was received critically, in the public. Yeah.
Oh, that
So,
must be so easy to write then.
I haven't started.
I know,
So,
but I feel like when I first watched the movie, I feel like I had so much to say about it.
but it's not so much of what you have to say; it's what the public had to say when it came out.
Oh, oh, I guess.
So that's due this Sunday, so I gotta write that. Um, I think that's pretty much it for movies. But for shows, oh my gosh. So Silicon Valley. You watched Silicon Valley, right?
I think I've seen the first season and I kind of just fell off.
Oh my gosh. Maybe it's just because I'm getting into the tech industry, but that show's fantastic. And it's I think the third episode just aired this past weekend, and it's the last season, season 6, and it's really really funny, and I love that show. I've been watching that, and I've been watching Watchmen,
Well,
which
wait, hold up. A quick question.
yeah,
Do you think it's ending too soon, right on time, or it should have ended a while ago?
well, that's a good question. Um, I feel like it's I feel like it's right. I feel like they've done all that they could have. Like I feel
Okay.
like if there was another season, it probably would have been boring. Like I don't know where they could have gone with it, but I like where it's at right now, and I'm not gonna be like super sad that it's ending. Yeah, it's a good show, but like I feel like they're gonna end it well. Like I'm already content with how they have it now.
Yeah, I
So
mean, it's no Modern Family.
yeah, man, that show could just
Talk about staying power.
yeah, that's a good one. And then Watchmen. Oh my, Watchmen. I've been excited for a long time. I've never read the graphic novel or the comic. I really want to, and I heard that like you kind of need to read it in order to watch the show and like understand it completely. And I completely get that. Like the first episode, you can like glide by without having read anything or knowing anything. But that's a really good show. It's really well written. If you haven't seen it, then definitely recommend. Everything that I've mentioned, I would definitely go watch. Um, but yeah, that and it's that's as far as media goes for these past 2 weeks. And I'm just cold. It's cold right now.
Yeah, I think Texas just fucking skipped fall, went straight into winter.
Yeah, but then next week it's gonna be
It's
back
supposed to
to
be
fall.
nice, right?
Yeah. Yeah, right now is our because I work. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I work at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I have to wake up at 6 because I like shower in the morning and everything. But man, today it was like 20 degrees when I left my
Mm.
dorm to go to work, and I had just showered, so my head was gone.
Was
I
your
know my
hair like really like crunchy when you got to work?
yeah, it was.
Yeah, mine too. Because I don't
Yeah.
wear, well, you can wear hats because of, well,
No, I cannot.
what do you mean?
I well, okay, so I can't wear hats because of work, one thing,
No,
and
okay, yeah, but I didn't mean
because
that.
of like my hair. My hair is gonna be messed up if I wear a hat.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, let me explain for, I'm assuming, I always assume that people
Oh,
who
just know
listen
us.
know us, which is probably true, but we both have like almost the same curly hair. I would say
Mm.
exactly the same, just like
Yeah,
different
for the most part.
lengths. But you can wear, and like all of the girls with curly hair will hopefully agree with me. If not, I don't know, maybe it's just me. But it's hard for us to wear like just hats in general. Like you can just wear hats, is my
Oh,
point. Like,
you mean like I have the ability to wear hats? Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and I guess I do too. Like, I physically can, but my hair is so big
yeah.
that hats, either like baseball hats, just don't fit me, or if I want to wear a beanie, I have to wear it all day because, like you said, it'll mess it up. Or I have to wear the beanie to like while I'm going to work, and then if I want to take it off, then I just put it in a bun. Like, it's like a whole thing, and then I can't wear the beanie to when I go home. It's a whole thing.
Oh
But
no,
yeah, it is down. It's fucking cold.
if I mess with my hair, then it's a goner. It's frizzy and it just won't look good for the rest of the day.
Well, yeah, like curly hair, that's a big rule is you don't touch it.
So that was my
Anyways.
morning.
So, um, I didn't have as much. I more did stuff this past few weeks. I didn't really have as much movies. I don't even think I went to the movies at all. Oh wait, no, I did. Oh wait, did I talk about Lighthouse last time or no?
No, you
I
wait.
think we talked about me and you talked about it, but I don't think I talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't think we talked
Well,
about it on
so
the podcast. I know we talked about it because I saw it, but I don't think you had seen it at the time.
okay. So there, I lied then. I did see a movie. So I saw The Lighthouse. Oh, and I don't actually. I don't even think I've talked to you about it.
I don't think
But
so.
it was Sebastian and I's anniversary, and so we went and had a like nice dinner, and then we went to go see The Lighthouse. And I agree, it is very fucking weird, but I loved it. I
Yeah, it was.
thought it was it was exactly The Witch. Like, I don't, not exactly, but how I felt after I watched The Witch was exactly how I felt after I watched this, where I was like, I don't really know what happened, but I know I loved it. Like, there was some parts. I just love how he plays with this genre. I love how it's a horror, but not really. It's comedy, but not really. Like, I like how you can't really define it.
Hmm.
And I think the film industry in the past, now it's a little bit different, but in the past, it's really hard to like a lot of people don't like movies like that. They want to put it in a box and they want to be able to market it and do all these like traditional things with it, but this movie you can't really do that, and with The Witch you couldn't do that. And with anything that A24 does, you can't really do that with.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I really loved it. It wasn't as scary. There was some parts that freaked me out, but I like that better than like there's the traditional jump scares don't really do it for me anymore. Like I want somebody to like I want him to like ruin like my night with
Yeah.
just me just thinking about it and that it did that. But it was also just really good. And the acting was amazing. If one of them doesn't get nominated for an Oscar, then I don't know what we're doing here.
Bro, yeah.
But yeah, so that
Either
was
of
The
them.
Lighthouse. That's what I mean. Like either of them would be fine. Willem Dafoe is he should have had an Oscar a long time ago. So, but we can get into that later. So, and then the two other movies that I watched, I don't think so. I went to San Antonio this weekend, and so did you. I guess
But we
got
avoided
to.
each other.
Yeah, we didn't see each other at all. No, actually, you weren't there when I saw this movie, but I saw Yesterday finally.
Yeah, mom was telling me about that.
Okay, psycho. Um, yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a cool concept, and I like what they did with it. Like, it wasn't like when you see a movie, kind of like the first one coming to mind is like The Purge, where it has a really cool concept, but they kind of fuck it up.
Yeah,
But this one, I think it did exactly what I wanted it to. It was just a fun little movie.
it was.
I could do without the love like scenes, not love scenes, the love story. That was kind
Uh,
of, I didn't really care about that. I feel like they just threw that in just because they wanted it
hmm
to be there. I thought they would incorporate it more with the music like they did and like how Across the Universe is basically the Beatles music, but it's like a whole it's like we like woven into the story. It didn't really do that. He would just like remember the songs and just sing them, which
hmm
makes sense, but like if you're gonna have that love story be so integral to it, and she's even on the damn poster, like then I feel like they should have done something more. I don't know.
I got
But
you.
so I saw that. Then that same night, I decided to watch, or I didn't decide it. Me and Sebastian kind of decided together, but we watched that movie, Let It Snow.
I have
Have you heard of it?
I have no idea what this movie is.
So, it's a new Netflix movie. And apparently it's based on a book. I did not know that, but I learned today it's based on a book. And it's a teen movie, so it's kind of like one of those like romance movies that has like a bunch of different stories. It's not just one story throughout. It's like a bunch of different ones. And
Okay.
the main people kind of know each other and yeah, one of those. It was not good. Sebastian and I made fun of it the whole time. So it was like a fun time watching it,
Yeah.
but it was not great. Um oh, sorry, I turned off my audio on accident. Um but yeah, so those are the movies I watched.
Not bad.
It was okay. I mean, I've been wanting to go to movies for a while, so
I
that kind of sucks. I just haven't had time.
I really want to go see Parasite, but I didn't have time when I was in San Antonio.
Ooh. Oh, you didn't go that morning?
No, no, I didn't.
Ugh.
I
Okay.
I I want to see that, and I want to see Jojo Rabbit, but there's no way that they're gonna be showing in College Station,
Oh.
Yeehaw, Texas. So I guess I'll just see it whenever it comes on like Amazon Prime or something, which
Damn.
makes me sad, but whatevs.
Well,
Because I see that movie on Instagram everywhere, Parasite. I see it everywhere.
I know because it's so good. I honestly, during the weekend, if you're free, I would try to find somewhere near you. There's nowhere near you that's playing it.
No, nowhere.
It's worth the drive.
Oh well, I don't have time for that. I'm going to the game, the football game.
Oh,
No.
I was like, game. I forgot you're in college. Um,
Yeah.
oh, speaking of Germany, Jojo Rabbit, I went to Worst Fest.
I was like, that was one of the worst segues we've had.
Well, I mean,
Historically and just in general. Speaking of oh my.
the Worst Fest was fun. It was basically, I don't know, you just eat and drink. I don't know what I expected,
Just
but
an excuse to drink, I feel like.
yeah. So it was fine. And then like I mentioned, we went to San Antonio to celebrate our grandma's retirement.
Represent.
And that was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was. I had fun.
And then and then I went to a play for the first time in a long time.
Whoa. What'd you
Yeah.
see?
It was called The Vineyard.
Uh,
It's not, I would like plug it, but I don't think it's playing anymore. It was kind of like a limited run. But it was one of my coworkers' girlfriends. She wrote and produced it.
oh, cool.
Yeah. And so we went to go see it. I should have had more information on it because it was a really cool, I think it's a really cool group that does that produces Texas feminist plays.
Right on.
And it was, yeah, it was really, really good. It was also like reminiscent of the lighthouse. When I walked out, I was like, it made me feel like a lot of things, but I had to kind of it gave you a lot of the material and was like, well, just think about this. You know what I mean? And like
Food
this,
for
here's
thought.
what. Yeah, it was really good though. I really liked it. It's the first time I've been to a play in a very, very long time, and it was a really small theater, and it was only four actors, I think,
Oh,
and
wow.
they were all super good.
That's
It
awesome.
was really good. It was really cool. That's one thing that I haven't really taken like super advantage of is, I mean, Austin is such a cool city for different arts and different, just like different things other than just like movies. Because I that's all I do is just go see movies, but I should go see more local plays, local like artists, and yeah, so that was cool to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
College Station has tons of nightlife.
well, well, you'll get a lot of people that come to A&M.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Um,
Oh, no,
yeah,
no.
and then
Cough into the mic even more, please.
I'm sorry, I like moved it and I just couldn't. I know people are like, "Can you like is she fucking sick the whole time you guys record?"
This is
I'm
why
sorry.
people don't listen. Not because they don't know about us, because you cough.
Not because we're really bad at promoting this. It's because I cough right into the mic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I'm good. That's why I'm like holding the mic today so I can like move it,
Oh,
but
my
I'm
God.
just coughing.
What else
There
we
you go.
got?
Okay, well, last thing. I think I did when I bought my South by badge, I like talked about it, but I finally like connected my you can connect your badge to an app so that you can like get your schedule in order. So that's I am official now.
Oh, it's all
Like
done.
I'm connected. I requested the days off. It's going
Dang.
to happen. So, yeah, that's just a fun little update on South
Yeah,
by. I'm
that's
very
real exciting.
excited.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
And with
So,
that, we'll go
no,
into the
no, no,
movie of
no.
the year.
No,
Oh,
no,
what?
no, no. Okay,
Oh,
I have my
yeah.
surprise. Okay, so what I want to do, because I know a lot of hopefully people listen to this have varying degrees of what they pay attention to in movies. So I wanted to do like a segment where we just talk about like recent movie news.
Oh, okay. I have some exciting, like
So,
the first thing that popped into my mind, I have some stuff.
okay. Well, I think then I'll talk about that one first because I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
for
the
sure.
new Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the new so if you guys aren't familiar, I'm sure everybody's heard about this, but they're doing a Sonic, like Sonic the Hedgehog,
But
the
movie.
video game, but a movie. And they released a trailer earlier this year. I don't know exactly when. I think it was in the summer,
It doesn't matter. It was
spring.
earlier this year.
So that Sonic looked like if
Garbage.
I had the flu and in my fever, like, you know, when you have a fever, you're just like you're insane and you just feel like weird. I drew Sonic from memory. That's what
Yeah.
he looked like. He looked insane. He had teeth. It was bad. And
He looked
so,
like a knockoff. Well, okay, there's a couple things he looked like. He looked like the like Sonic meme, like
This is
the
just the roast of Sonic.
yeah, and then he looks also like the he looks like a knockoff costume that's not even named Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like Hedgedog.
Blue hedgehog.
Yeah, Blue Hedgehog. Anyways,
But
they
okay, so
fixed
what
it.
what do you think of the new one?
Okay, so the original, I think what everyone had problems with is the eyes. Because if you look at the original Sonic, the one like the cartoon or like the character, his eyes aren't like individual. And in the original trailer, his
Mm, yeah,
eyes
yeah.
were like human-like, and that's not what Sonic is.
They
He's
were
not a human.
and they were tiny.
They were really tiny, and his ears were really dog-like. But they really fixed it, and I think they did a better job. Like his eyes are still, I think I don't know if they're connected because in the game his eyes are, he has just
Like
one
one
big
big
eye,
eye.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he has two pupils,
Mm-hmm.
and his ears are not like dogs. Like they made him too like realistic. I think that's what it was. They were
My
trying to make him more realistic for the
my
original one.
biggest issue with the old Sonic was his legs.
Oh,
He looked like it looked like a kid in a suit. It didn't look like that was his body. It felt like he was wearing a suit.
in a blue hedgehog suit.
Exactly. It was weird. I do like the new one. I still don't think that movie's gonna be at that great. I think it'll be either mediocre or it'll be really bad.
Oh, it won't be good, but at least he'll look
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, that's true. At least you won't be distracted by.
Yeah.
But like, and the thing that bothered me the most, because like I think like people are making fun of him no matter what from the beginning. He just looked really bad. But now seeing what they did, how did we get to that first one? How did that happen when this was able to happen? Like I just want to know where they went wrong because I know people could tell like obviously the Sonic looks really bad, but now that we see what they actually like what they did with more time, or I guess they had to kind of rush it. But either way, after we saw what they did after we worked it, I just do not understand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. There's a couple of things like as you were speaking, it just like popped into my mind. Well, I could see like people who funded this movie, like execs, they're not really like they probably didn't play Sonic, right, when they grew up, and it probably like wasn't that close to them, so they weren't like invested in making this beloved character look as he looks in the game because they're not making like they're
Mm,
making it, it's like they're trying to do like the live action thing, like how they did in, I don't know, like Lion King. It looks more realistic. Like, oh, let's make Sonic more realistic. Whatever. I
but
could
do you
see,
think? Sorry, go on.
I could see that being a thing. Just
Mhm.
them being boomers and and just like messing up everything. But I also have like heard people saying like, oh, it's just a PR stunt, so they could just get more like, because no one would care about this movie if Sonic looked good, and like it's just to create more buzz. Like, oh man,
Think
this
that's
Sonic
true.
looks bad. Well, I've heard people say that,
Yeah.
and I see where they're coming from.
I don't I don't think so because that's a big
Change.
that changing him would cost more than just doing good marketing for it.
That's true.
So I don't buy that. But maybe what it boils down to is they just didn't know who they were marketing this movie towards. Maybe
Yeah.
he looked so like they tried to make him look a little bit more realistic because they wanted it to be more of an edgy like Deadpool but video game kind of movie.
hmm
But I don't know. Maybe that's what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I'm really curious to see those conversations as to why, like, how did that happen?
It's just some animator who's like, "Are you sure this is how he wants to look? Like, is this what our
Yeah.
boss said?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. Just do it."
And I mean, I've never worked in the like that capacity, but I can
Oh yeah.
kind of sympathize with being a creative and showing people that don't really understand what, like, that you tell them like, "Hey, here's what you wanted, but I don't think you want it." At the end of the day, you kind of don't have power in that. So I don't think anybody ever blamed the animators, but like they are the ones that are not at fault in this. If anything, they obviously like saved the day, and they're
Oh
probably
yeah.
like, "Yeah, fuckers, we told you." But who knows? Maybe they did it. Maybe they tried something and it didn't work out. Who knows? But the next one, it's not really a movie, but I wanted to talk about it. I don't know if you saw, well, first that they're doing a series on Selena
What?
on Netflix. Yeah.
Really?
And I,
Tread lightly,
so,
Netflix. Tread lightly.
okay. So they released, which I guess I should have sent this to you before, but they released footage of like the girl that they cast as Selena dressed as her, and it's not really a trailer. It's kind of just like her singing, and it's kind of weird. But did you know that they, first of all, I didn't know they were doing this. Second of all, they casted her, which I didn't know. And it's that girl from The Walking Dead, Christian Serratos.
I'd have to look up her face.
But I don't know. She looks good in the costume, but like that costume is super iconic for Selena, so you're gonna look like her no matter what.
Oh, like the red.
I don't like the singing. I don't know if she's singing it. Yeah, it's the red one that's like showing her like stomach and her back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her singing voice. It sounds weird unless maybe it is. I was trying to see if I could tell if it was Selena, but it didn't sound like her. I don't know. It's hard to, if they were doing this without the movie being like a thing, without the movie having existed, I feel like this would be super exciting, but at least for me, I'm like I just don't, this is something nobody asked for, and I
Yeah.
just think it's a little played out. I think just leave her alone, like just put music. I'll just watch if I want to learn about Selena, or if I want to like know more, or if I wanted to feel the presence of Selena, I'll just watch the movie.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Jennifer Lopez on that one. I feel like she did it perfectly.
Or not even that, just like the casting for everybody is perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're gonna get better than Edward James Olmos. You can't. That's
Yeah.
her dad. Like you can't do that unless he's in it. I don't want it.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Netflix, what up with that?
Okay, and the last thing, I don't know how much you'll care about this, but Paul Thomas Anderson is back. He hasn't
I don't
really
even.
been away, but he is
If it's
directing.
not what's his name? Richard Simmons, then I don't care.
So he is doing, but it's like a whole film Twitter's been a buzz about this because like Paul Thomas Anderson, if you're not familiar, he's done The Master, Phantom Thread, Punch Drunk Love.
Magnolia, There Will Be Blood, Boogie Nights.
Yeah. So new one is going to be set in high school in the 1970s in San Fernando Valley.
Mm?
And it's about, let's see, it's titled, but it's centered on a high school student who is also a successful child actor. Casting way to find the lead in the project features a multitude of roles, could be ensemble in nature or have intersecting storylines, like a Magnolia. Hmm.
I've never seen any of his films. I don't
See,
think.
that's why I was like, I don't know if it's,
I've definitely heard of all of his films, but I don't think I've seen all of them.
well,
But
I mean, I
sure,
don't need to tell
exciting.
you that they're very, very good. But yeah, it's exciting because he's doing a high school movie. everybody with all these, there's a bunch of movies coming out with like all these teens, and I think people are excited for who he'll cast.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm just very excited. He's a very good filmmaker. He's very exciting, and everything he does. Phantom Thread, you should watch, Anthony. It's very surprising, and it's very good. But yeah,
Interesting. Gotta
so
check it out.
those are what's happening in film and entertainment. Now, let's get to
The
the good
great,
stuff.
the goat. All right, I just gotta say some things, okay? As I was saying at the beginning, I am sorry. I did not know. Okay, so here's the thing. It was the last minute pick, and by last minute I mean last second. So you guys don't know this because we cut it, but I had picked another movie, which I won't say because to compare it is I don't even want to make the comparison.
Yeah, we'll definitely lose subscribers.
Yeah, for sure. No, I had to pick this movie because Game Over Man because we were recording and I had to pick a movie because the other one I picked wasn't on any streaming platforms, and we want to make this. We don't want to make it hard for you guys to watch movies, and this one's on Netflix. So, yeah. I
So if
mean,
anything, blame Netflix.
yeah. The hell. But I guess we just get right into it. I'm sorry. I don't remember there being so much like graphic content in this movie until I watched it again. And oh my gosh, it's so bad. It's so funny. All right. Did you take notes during this?
No.
Okay. All right.
Did you?
Yeah, I took some brief notes.
Well, we'll just go with your notes.
Yeah, and then I mean we don't have to spend
Oh,
long time.
actually, I have 5 notes, but they're not specific. It's just basically what I don't like about this movie.
Oh, okay.
My first note is didn't like it.
You wrote that as the title screen was being shown.
I wish I knew when I wrote it, but no, I don't remember. It's the first note though, so it was very early on. I've seen it. I've seen it before. Before, like watching it for the podcast, I've seen it before
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
me
think
too.
you told me to watch it the
Because
first
it's so
time
funny.
for one scene. But we'll talk about that scene later.
Oh yeah, that scene. Oh, it's funny because on my Netflix account, I like went to go press play and then went to resume on accident, and it was exactly that same part that I told you to watch.
And you know what though? I think we can just jump around this movie, but what I do tell people when I watch this, like when I tell people like, oh, like we're watching this movie this time, um, the one thing I do say about it is there is one scene that I really like that I think is very funny, and it's that scene, the scene where he like it's it's weird to describe, but like they're in a room, the three of them, and two of the bad guys are coming in because they're checking all of the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of hiding like a normal person, he decides to like stage the Adam Devine.
Divine.
He he stages where it looks like he was like like choking himself, but like basically how would you like is it like BDSM? But
I think
gone
I,
wrong.
I think it's like a sexual asphyxiation.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
So he like hung himself with his belt
Well, he didn't
and
actually do it. He made it look like that's what
oh
happened.
yeah, he made it look
So
like
that
he hung himself, but
yeah.
he didn't have pants on and he was holding his private parts. And they just walked in. They were like, "Oh, you sick bastard."
You know what though? That scene was very funny. And even when I watched it this time, it made me laugh a lot. So like that's one scene that I thought was funny. But I think watching that and then watching this again, I know exactly why I don't like this movie, but I don't know if you want me to go into it now or if you want to go through your notes.
Let me go through my notes first.
Okay.
Okay, so first one I have is I think is a quote. I forgot who says. I think Adam Devine's character says it too. Is his name Anders?
Yeah.
Anders. I don't know his last name, but his character, he says, "You're a drug addict, and I'm here to help." I just thought that was a funny line.
Oh god.
And then, he's like, because he's getting high on salvia, which I don't even know what that
Oh
is.
yeah, it's hardcore.
But he's like, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna be the mom from Moonlight."
That was kind of funny.
And then, Blake Anderson's character is like, "Oh, I've never seen that movie. I know what it's about, and I just wouldn't do that because he's still like closeted. It's like
Yeah.
so obvious that he's gay, but he doesn't want to like talk about it."
Hmm.
And then King Batch.
Well, who keeps putting him in movies?
Okay, this kind of goes into my fun fact. Like the only fun fact about this movie is the woman that makes out with King Batch is Adam Devine's girlfriend.
Fiance now, they're getting married.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes it so much funnier. Can you imagine your then boyfriend, soon to be fiance, comes up to you and is like, "Hey, I want you to be in this movie that I'm making, and I want you to make out with King Batch."
Instantly break up.
With Adam Devine, get with King Batch.
Mm-mm. No.
Um,
Don't you ever
yeah.
ask that of me ever.
But yeah, that was really funny. I saw him and I forgot he was in this movie, and just seeing him outside of anywhere but a stupid Instagram video is so funny.
It
Cause
makes me so mad.
who wants like who's like, I'm gonna spend money on this movie and I want him to be in it. Oh
I
my
don't
gosh.
understand. And like he is in so many movies that we've seen or that I've seen over the past year. He's in so many of them. And every time he pops up, I get so fucking mad. If like if somebody were like, "Hey, you can do your dream movie. You can write a movie, direct it, but the star of it has to be King
King
Batch."
Batch.
Or if they were just like he has to be in it for a scene, I would say no. I don't want that dirty money.
Dirty money.
I can't. Why? Who puts him in movies? I don't get it. It makes me so upset.
No, I don't want anyone to listen to this podcast but King Batch. I just want King Batch to hear this
I
part.
want him to know how much I hate him. He is not funny, and he needs to stop being in any movie that I watch. It makes me so mad.
Oh
He's
my
not
god.
funny.
Oh my god. Honestly, some of his videos. Have you seen
They're
that one
not
where
good.
have you seen the I think it was a Vine at the time, but it was like where he's like I don't even want to mention it. Whatever. Let's move on. uh so that like I guess she was like a hit woman or something, but she licked the blade clean whenever she stabbed. Who did she stab? Oh, she stabbed the like security guy, the one that actually worked for the hotel. And she licked the blade clean. That was unsanitary. That was disgusting. That one I was like, ugh, like not even the fact that she killed someone, the fact that she licked the blade. I was like, all right, lady, this is taking it too far. This is
Not that
really
she
gross.
threw it and it stabbed in his eye. It's the fact that she licked the blade.
Yeah, I juice. Oh, disgusting. I forgot that it was in his eye. That makes it even
Yeah,
worse.
she was kind of unnecessary. Like that whole cliche. This movie just has a bunch of cliches in it. That
Yeah.
cliche of that girl that is she's quiet, she has an accent, she's really badass. Like, whatever.
And then my second to last note is that I like to think this is Adam Devine's character before he went to the college in Pitch
Pitch
Perfect.
Perfect.
Is that yeah, that'd be really funny.
Oh man, there was one. I should have written it down. There was one line that he said that like the way he said it made me laugh, but I don't remember what it was. Fuck, I should have wrote it down.
So
It
why
was
did I
very
mention
funny.
it?
I don't I mean, I thought maybe you knew.
He said,
Where he says it in a very he's like kind of yelling, but he like is gritting his teeth. Ugh,
yeah.
damn it. I'll have to watch it and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I don't know. And my last note was that they made fun of vape before it was cool, before it was a bad thing in the
Oh,
public's eye.
vaping.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that was pretty much the movie. I mean, you could talk about
Okay.
like
Yeah, let me start roasting it. So, I feel like this movie would have been funny if it came out in 2007.
oh burn.
But even then, I think I'm thinking of that because Superbad, but like Superbad is better. I don't know, but either way, its jokes were very like college. Like I feel like the jokes were maybe I didn't like it because it wasn't written for me, but you're in college and you thought it was dumb, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean some of those jokes are kind of funny.
Well,
Like the
that's what I mean.
Moonlight
Like
one.
yeah, there are some jokes that are funny, but as a whole, like so going back to what I said earlier, the reason why when I had an epiphany as to why I don't like this movie. So that one scene where it's basically just showing it's full frontal, just showing his penis.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny, and it wasn't. I don't really mind like, and there's a lot of gory stuff in here, and there's a lot of like just
Oh
gross
yeah.
things. There's a just there's a lot of just things that are
Oh,
just of
it's
varying
so
disgustingness. There's somebody there's he's I'm not even gonna say
I
it. But
know
I
what you're
feel
talking
like
about.
yeah. I feel like
Gabrus?
yes.
I bet I keep on cutting you off.
It's okay. But I feel like that one scene that I really like, the reason why I like it is because the nudity serves a purpose. I mean, it is dumb. These guys are very stupid, so it's very dumb to think that's the way to get out of it is pretend you're dead, but also pretend in that way. He could have acted like he was hanging himself, but he decided to do it that way.
Yeah.
And that is very funny. Like you all those things together and they're like, oh, you kind of build that joke yourself. That's funny. But like I said, it all serves the joke. The joke isn't it.
Hmm.
And I feel like whenever there's like just things that I'm just certain things like when they cut off that guy's penis is just flopping around and
Uh,
he just like throws it and there's when at the end when they're using that guy with the like joint intent skin tender or whatever it was that was dumb or just when that guy has his face buried in that guy's butt it just all of those things they were trying to make the disgusting thing the joke but that only gets you so far. The
yeah.
first time they cut off the penis, like that could be funny, I guess. But then they bring it back and you're like, oh, this is gross. This is not really funny. And then that whole scene of him eating that guy's butt, like that's not it goes on too long and it's kind of like I don't know. I just feel like they wanted to include those things and they wrote around that when I don't think you should be I don't think that's smart. I think that you need to come up with the joke and it needs to come naturally rather than being like, "Oh, we should put this in there. Oh, this somebody should do this. Oh, we should blow up the dog." Like it's just not it's not smart. And I know this movie like it's not a smart movie, but you can still do dumb things in a smart way. Ugh, that sounds so dumb. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
got you.
even the dumbest of jokes and the most simplest of jokes can be funny and can build for a good movie, but when you just make a movie of fart jokes, then that only gets you so far.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, that was a whole rambling mess as to why to me this movie didn't work. There are a lot of parts that I liked. There's certain jokes that I laughed at. And the dynamic is good. The acting is fine. It's just it's not an amazing movie, but like I don't know if I what I wanted it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know. What do
know.
you?
It was a dumb movie, but it was a lot of the stuff like I wouldn't see that in any other movie, and it was just funny to see it all together. And I also wasn't expecting this to be a good movie, and it's so funny to me that that is on the same platform that the Selena show will be on, that Atypical's on, and just all that stuff. So I don't know. I didn't really.
Well,
It was all right. That
I don't,
scene made it for me.
yeah, I mean, I really like that scene, but like, and the characters were so. I really like unlikable characters, but these characters were way too unlikable, I think. Like, the guy that would smoke all the time,
Hmm.
the fact that he would keep doing that in this dire situation was one, I think, unrealistic. I think it's funny that it is the idea of all this happening and they're so casual and they like all they care about is that money. That is kind of funny, but at a certain point I feel like that is not realistic. Like I feel like
Yeah,
halfway
yeah.
through that is fine. Or even like 30 minutes sparing, but like when you're hanging off the ledge of between two buildings, I feel like that nobody, not even the most like self-absorbed person would be worried about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if those are your best friends, then why would you like risk their lives like that? And I don't know. I think I'm thinking way too much into it, but at a
I think
certain
you're
point,
expecting way too much from this
but I
movie.
okay, but you know what though? No, because I think it was to a point where it was distracting is my point. Like
Oh,
I
okay.
like silly movies and I like movies that just like do stuff that are like funny, but to this point it was like distracting. Where I was like, are they actually friends? Because they're this Adam Devine guy, his character, I he I can't imagine somebody being friends with him for a day. He was so unlikable to the point where every time he talked, I just like tuned out.
They were
Do
the
you know what I mean?
Dude Crew.
Oh God.
Yeah, I got what you're saying though.
Yeah, I guess, but I also there's an argument that I can make for I should expect not like an Oscar-worthy performance, but you should just expect a movie to just be at like some point of good, like watchable. But I think there was a lot of points in this movie that were not watchable to me. But yeah. And
Like I
but
said,
like
I'm
of
sorry.
course no, it's okay. It's not your fault, but it kind of is. No, I'm kidding. And actually another person that was really good in this movie, and every time he was on screen I laughed.
Blake
Well, two
Anderson.
people. No. Not any of the three guys.
Oh,
Well, he was okay, but the whole like closeted stuff, like that's overplayed. That was not really that funny either. It was funny whenever they'd be like, "Yeah, like we know you that's your drunk thing." That was kind of funny, but like, eh, I don't know. That was that. I think that's when I wrote when they kept making jokes about that. I was like, "This is so 2007," you know.
gotcha.
But the that Sam Richardson, the guy that's on Veep, look him up.
Um.
I don't know if you know who that is. He's the one that was like going into he was trying to hack into their software.
Oh yeah.
Every part he was in was so funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a funny guy.
I love him, but he was good in that. Also, every time Fred Armisen was on there, I just like laughed. To that one part when he was like, "Hey, if you like pull on this, then it pulls here," and like, do you
Yeah.
remember that way? He's like uncomfortable, but they're like
Yeah.
tied and they have like
Yeah.
bombs on their necks, but he's like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable." But yeah, sorry, I'm like
He's
talking too
perfect.
much, but
No, 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 no. You're fine. I mean, I don't think I have anything else to say about this movie. I think we're done with it.
yeah. But overall, I didn't care for it, but I do see why people would like it. I think there's a sprinkling of good stuff like throughout it that makes it okay. If that, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
out of every 10 minutes, there's like one that's funny.
Yeah, another good
Which,
ratio.
yeah,
Definitely will not see this movie again,
ever again, no.
but yeah, that's game over, man. Probably don't watch it unless you're dumb.
I mean, if you just want a silly movie that you don't have to think during, then
Yeah,
this one's
that's the
okay, I
one.
guess.
All right, so our segment, our favorite bad movies, or just bad movies in general that we want to
Just bad
mention.
movies that we like.
I kind of read
That
a lot.
I know you wrote a lot, and I'm
Well, do you
hmm,
want me to go through mine
okay.
then?
Yeah, go through yours first.
Okay, probably the most controversial is Halloween, the original.
Bad. That's you think that's a bad movie,
I think it's a bad movie.
but
I
you like
just,
it.
yeah, like I didn't hate it. I just was like, I don't know. Maybe I just expected too much out of it because I saw this from my film analysis course, and you were just talking about horror as a genre, but we don't have to get into that. It's just like it just wasn't scary, and maybe I just thought it was like this big thing. Like just I feel like I just had an expectation that it was a good movie, and I don't know if you've seen it, but man, that's
Um, I've seen parts, but I think you have for movies like this, you have to think about the time it came out.
yeah. But even in the time it came out, I'm like, no, none of this makes sense. Like the plot, it doesn't entirely the what's her name? What's her name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. She I'm gonna spoil this movie. I don't care. It's an old movie. So she is like the final girl, and she like stabs him, and then she like puts down the knife as he's just laying there, and like obviously just like he's not dead. Obviously he's not dead. Why are you like resting right by a murder? And then okay, the part that like really makes me mad is she stabs him, then he gets back up, obviously, and he chases her up into like a bedroom on the second floor, and she's in the a closet, and he like breaks down the wall, or not the wall, the door, and she takes a wire coat hanger, and I kid you not, she unravels it and uses that to like maneuver it into his eye hole on the mask and stabs him in the eye. The amount of dexterity, the amount of accuracy that you have to do that is insane. And
That's why she's
that's
a final girl.
it's there's no way that happens. Oh, that I think that's what really makes me think this is a bad movie because that part is just makes no sense. But whatever.
The Halloween franchise, though, one thing I'll say about it, though, is it's been going on for so long that I feel like it's one of those franchises that has leaned into growing with its audience
Yeah, yeah.
because the movie, say what you will about it, but I think back when it came out, the idea of somebody just like not being able to not being able to kill somebody like that, and the fact that he just keeps coming back, he doesn't talk. I think the kind of villain he was not a thing that was done before.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Maybe I just
And
needed to travel time, but this I feel like even if I saw that movie then I'd be like, this is pretty dumb.
maybe I mean, there's a lot of movies that people have showed me that they said it's really scary, and I'm like, what? But you have to also like think about I just watch I don't know about you, but I just watch a lot of scary or just fucked up things. So if my barometer is kind of like
Oh yeah,
way
for
out of
sure.
whack for from other people's. So I don't know.
Maybe it's that.
Yeah. All right.
I guess I can give you two of mine, and then you can, because I have double the amount of of yours.
Yours are funny though.
So you want to wait on mine?
No, I want you to go through all of them.
Oh, okay. All right. So next I have Zombievers. So that movie, I don't even know why I watched it. So it's pretty much exactly how it sounds. It's beavers that are zombies that attack like a group of like teenage kids or whatever.
I think I've
That's
seen
just a really
parts of it.
dumb movie. Really dumb movie. I mean, just the premise itself is very dumb. So I have nothing else except for that it's dumb and it's a bad movie. But it was like fun to watch. Okay, so all of these, the rest of my movies, I kind of like grouped together, and I should not have seen these as a kid. Like I don't know how I saw these, but I should not have seen these. So these are all like almost,
They're like scary
uh,
movie.
yeah, they're like scary movies where like they make fun of like the hit thing at the time in film. So epic movie is the first one that I remembered, and there's a lot. There's a lot in there that I don't even know where to begin with. There's like Harry Potter, there's Jack Sparrow, there's there's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, there's like all these characters and they're just all in this dumb story, and it that's pretty much the same for all of these movies. There's just all these like pop culture characters and they're just dumb. So the next one is Meet the Spartans, and that one's like a 300 spinoff, and that one I honestly I was looking at these and I was like I want to go rewatch these and see how dumb they are because like it's they're like kind of funny and I want to remember. I don't know, I associate all these movies with like my childhood or a certain part of my childhood. Just seeing these, and the next one's Disaster Movie, which is almost like this like a scary movie. It's like making fun of Scary Movie, but Scary Movie's already making fun of scary movies. So that one's just the everything about these ideas are stupid. And the most recent one I think is The Starving Games, which is another. It's like making fun of the Hunger Games, and that one. When did that come out? It came out in 2013. But yeah, all these are parody films, so they're all dumb.
I don't know if I've fully seen any of them.
I'm not gonna say recommend them, but if you really don't want to see a good movie, then watch these.
I know I remember I've seen parts of them, but I think I've only seen parts of them because I would just like be in the room while you and Homer were watching them or so because Homer likes these movies too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess well this is a good segue into mine. But well unless or do you have anything else to say about them?
Uh, no, I don't think so. It's just all dumb. Like
They speak for themselves.
in Meet the Spartan, there's a Britney Spears like singing to a baby, but she's like the Britney Spears when she like shaved her head, but like in
Oh, I
like
remember that.
yeah. So there's just a lot of random stuff in it. I think they're all like for the most part made by the same people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably. It must be
And
fun to make them.
oh yeah, just like get together with a group of friends and just like, what is the dumbest thing you can think of right now?
I like to, and I think people still meme them. I sometimes I see memes that are from. It hasn't happened in a while, but it used to happen like when I was in high school or even in college. Like some, they would come back sometimes and like little clips from them. Oh, I had a question though. If one of those movies hasn't come out in a long time, right?
Yeah, I already know where this is going. I don't know. I
Well, let me ask the question so everybody else can know.
oh yeah,
So if there was one to be made this year or even next year, what would it be made about?
it would definitely be a superhero movie, without a
Didn't they
doubt.
do one?
Did they?
It was one with Drake Bell, no? Look it
I don't
up.
know.
I'm
To
pretty sure. Hey,
Drake Bell
that's his name, right? From Drake and Josh?
superhero movie 2008.
Yeah.
It came out in 2008 though.
I know, but there's already been one. I guess you could do another one.
If it was, cause
Homer,
all
I think
these,
Homer really likes that one.
I don't
Some
think I've
one of
ever seen
y'all
that
does.
one.
Oh, well, there you go. There's another one. They're exactly like those disaster movies.
I know, but like the thing is, like these all came out when the movies were big. Like the Meet the Spartans came out when 300 was big. Starving Games was when Hunger Games was big, and one of them, I forgot which one it was called, but it was like whenever Chronicles of Narnia came out, and it was like them. It was like four guys or four people, and they all went to like fake Narnia, I don't know if you remember that one. I don't know, remember the name of it. I think it was on this list, either epic movie or disaster movie. I don't think disaster. So then epic movie. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so it would just be just like a bunch of different movies like put in one.
Yeah, yeah. Like it was all this. They're all the same thing. It's just making fun of whatever comic or like whatever big trope is in movies nowadays. So if you look at those, those are like exaggerated versions of whatever was in movies at the time, or
Mm.
whatever like big pop culture thing was.
Well, what would
So,
be one thing that you would want to include in those that is like that has recently happened?
uh, well, just top of the dome, probably the Sonic thing, like making a really bad. I don't know.
Oh, you know what would be a funny idea for that? Is
Hmm.
like at the beginning of the movie he looks really bad, and then throughout every time you see him he just like looks better.
And everyone's like, "Bro, don't you?" Yeah, I
Or
got
until the
just.
end they like don't recognize him.
They call him different names. They call him. Uh, I don't know. This is dumb.
Okay, well, let me get into mine. Well, my segue was because you said, well, if you want to watch something dumb, then I recommend these. And that's what I was thinking of because whenever I'm tired or I just had a bad day, I tend to watch movies that are bad. I just like that's my biggest guilty
Guilty
pleasure
pleasure.
is just watching bad movies. But there are some that I actually love. There's a lot that I watch, like recent ones have been like Tall Girl or that Let It Snow that I they're just not good, but I have so much fun making fun of them. But there have been some that have surprised me and that I actually really love. And so I think what has built my love of these movies has was High School Musical. And honestly, any Disney Channel movie, I grew up on a lot of those. I don't know if you did.
Not really.
So I love those movies. Like Halloween Town, Twitches, all of those movies. I mean, I'll probably get roasted for this, but they're not great movies. I recently watched Halloween Town because obviously because of Halloween, and they're very bad movies. Like as a movie in general, it's just not like the quality's not good. They're really cliche. The dialogue's bad, but for some reason I think maybe it's the nostalgia. But I just love them. They're just so fun to me, and I'll watch them any day of the week. So there's the first one. And the next two are kind of there's the two I can think of, but another guilty pleasure of mine are just romantic comedies. I really love romantic comedies. I don't know why. And the cheesier they are, the better. There's one called Music and Lyrics that I constantly talk about with Hugh Grant. Two main people are Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore.
I've never seen this or never heard you talk about it. So
Oh,
you're
well,
lying to someone.
I feel like I talk about it a lot, but I was I was gonna pick this for my pick for next week because it used to be on Netflix, but now it's not.
Don't make that same mistake I
But
did.
I know, but because I wanted you wouldn't like it. And so I wanted to like but I guess like you said, I picked a bad one earlier, so I guess
Yeah.
we're even. But yeah, it's not an amazing movie, but it's just fun to me. I really like it. Mom makes fun like if mom makes fun of me for the movies I like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know it's a bad
Yeah.
movie.
Just for
But I
some
love that one.
context, our mom likes some bad movies, but
She was like, Dad told me that because I was waiting for her to like text me and be like what the fuck because I made fun of her last time,
did
and I
you? What'd
think
you say?
I like made like a bunch of old jokes, I think,
Oh, yeah, we
but
both did that.
but I think Dad was like, Mom told him, why do they always have to make fun of me? Oh man, so there we go. I'm gonna get a text after this. But yeah, and another one is 27 Dresses. Every time I watch it, she's like, "Why are you watching that stupid movie?" Oh, and one I just thought of right now because Um, because we watched it. We watched some of it over the weekend when I was just sitting. I think it was Emily was there, and the mom and dad. We were just sitting in the living room, just like flipping through channels, and Hitch was on,
Hmm.
and I love that movie.
Mhm.
It is and that's the thing is I understand how bad they are. That they're really cheesy. The acting is not amazing, but they're just so fun. But yeah. So those are the movies that are very bad that I love.
No, not
Oh,
bad. Not bad pick.
thanks.
All
Uh,
right.
oh, okay. So before I go into my pick, we have I don't well, I was gonna say an announcement, but it's not that dramatic.
I don't
So
even know about this. What is it?
yeah, you do. When I start talking about it, you will. So we're ending the podcast. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. So I think I proposed it, but
uh,
whenever we started out, I wanted to do like in threes and do a sort of theme. I don't know why. I just like a good theme, I guess, but I think we're gonna stop doing that because there's so many movies that I find where I'm like, especially with because we kind of have stuck to Netflix. And there's a lot of movies that they're making, like Let It Snow or even Game Over Man, is that what it's called?
yeah.
And so there's a lot of movies that I want to pick, and I'm like, oh wait, I don't know if that's the theme, but then I don't know why I put rules on us, so we're just gonna just pick whatever movies we feel like, for whatever reason we want. You know, if you just want to watch this movie, a certain movie, then we'll just pick it. And this also opens up to suggestions. I know I've gotten a few from people that listen, but mostly I just get texts from like either our other siblings or our parents, and they're like, you should watch this movie. Not to say that we're going to listen to them, but it opens it up for a lot more possibilities. So, with that being said, and we're agreement on that. I don't want to make it seem like I just said I
Oh
just like
yeah, yeah,
told
yeah.
him that, yeah. So, yeah. So, I got really excited because now I get to pick this one movie that I've been wanting to watch. And the reason I picked it is because for one, it's on Netflix, and two, it premiered this past month
Ah.
at no, I'm not picking the one you think. Um, and it premiered at the Austin Film Festival. Do you know which one I'm picking?
Uh, no. I
Okay.
guess I don't know.
Okay, well, I was between two different ones, but this one I wanted to pick because, like I said, it premiered at the Austin Film Festival, so I thought it'd be cool to just watch. I don't know if it was made. I guess we can look into it next time if it was made in Texas, but it's a movie on Netflix called Rattlesnake.
Oh, I never heard of this movie.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I that's a lie. I was in a Lyft coming home like a couple of weeks ago, and a guy that was going to the festival was talking about it, and that's where I first heard of it, and then I saw it on Netflix. And from what he told me, I didn't look into it and I don't really know anything about it, but from what he said, I think he said that some woman is like,
I have the thing here if you want me to read it. It's like a sentence.
well, I tell me if I'm right. So from what the guy said, he said that it's about a woman and her daughter going on a road trip, I think, and then her daughter gets bit by a rattlesnake and they have to like figure out what they're doing. Oh, because their car breaks down, right?
I don't know. I've never seen this movie.
Oh,
All I know is after a mysterious woman saves her daughter's life, a mother must do something unthinkable to repay the stranger.
well, there you go. And a rattlesnake is in it somehow.
I mean, it's
But I thought
called
it'd be
that.
fun. I thought it'd be fun to watch a movie that both of us have never watched and don't really know anything about, so we can have like fresh opinions. Um, but yeah, did you think I was gonna pick The Laundromat?
No, I thought you were gonna pick The Irishman.
Is it out?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I could be just saying that.
I don't think it is.
Uh, I was just thinking. Oh, I'm excited for this because I'm interested.
It's
And
intriguing. I think I watched part of the trailer, um, but like on accident. So I just know who's in it, but
mm,
that's it. I don't really know anything about it. But yeah.
gotcha.
Okay. I want to end the podcast with some wise words.
Wait, hold on. Before I have some stuff. I have some stuff. First of all, Irishman came out November 1st, and also it's 3 hours and 30 minutes long. What the?
It came out November 1st
Yeah, that's what it says.
on Netflix.
That's wait. Oh no.
Oh, there you go, dummy. Come on.
It's scheduled to receive a limited theatrical release on November 1st, followed by a digital streaming on November 27th. Why would they do that? I mean, I get why,
Well
but
then,
why?
well
But
then
three
maybe
hours and 30 minutes? That's insane.
that's just in time. Oh no, it won't be. Never mind. I was gonna say it's just in time. You can pick it next time, but it would be like the day before the episode comes out.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Okay.
And the next thing I have, so I just wondering because we do this a lot. If people listening are like, how did he know what she was gonna say, and vice versa?
Oh, we do that a lot.
Yeah, I'm just like I was thinking about that. Like, how does that make them feel? They're left out of the loop. They don't know what we're gonna say.
I don't know. Maybe
Um,
that's the sibling part of this podcast, I guess.
yeah, I guess. I
Maybe
don't know.
I
I just thought it
wonder.
was funny.
Well, let us know if you do that with your siblings because
Oh yes.
I feel like I do that a lot with. Yeah, we do that a lot. Most of the time, well, what is the percentage you think that we're right?
I say like 80, because like
Because
I didn't know you were gonna pick
oh
that.
yeah, but I don't think you knew what that movie was. But either in my mind, I should have said it because now people are gonna be like, "You're fucking lying." But I thought for when I said laundromat, I was like, it's either laundromat or Irishman is what you thought I was gonna
Mm,
pick.
it's so easy to say that after the fact.
I know, but I knew you were gonna say that. But then I was gonna be like, "No, it's not out, dummy."
Uh, whatever.
But yeah, okay. But before I go, wait, listen closely, Anthony. I can't say this with a straight face. Before I go, I just want to say it matters not what you've done,
No.
but what you.
Oh
Wait,
my
let me
god.
say it. I'm crying. Before I go, I just want to say it matters not what you've done, but what you do with what you've done for others.
Sorry,
I
can
have
we
a
talk about
question,
that?
Anthony. Make that make sense?
Oh my god.
Okay, wait. Now I have to explain this.
Ah,
We should have ended it on this. I'm sorry. It's fine. I wanted to like end it with that because of that's how he ended his speech. Okay, so Noah Centineo, whatever the fuck his name is, he won a People's Choice Award last night. For what? I don't know. Oh my god, no he did not. It says he won it for best comedy movie star.
mm,
Where?
mm.
In the movie The Perfect Date.
Oh, wait. Is that what I? Oh no, I
For
hate that.
that movie?
I hate that he won that.
Why is he on a crutch? This whole thing makes no sense.
I hate that movie.
But
That's such.
he ended his speech with before I go. Oh no. The more I read this article, the worse it gets. Before I go, I just want to say it matters not what you've done, but what you do with what you've done for others. And then it says he tried to put his own spin on President John F. Kennedy's quote about public service.
Oh no, bro. Why would you let that go on record?
Ugh. Wow.
What a man. That's my comedy god.
Oh, what a way to end the episode.
I
And
don't think
I
there's
just
any more
knew,
fitting way.
I knew you would know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. Well,
All right. Well, follow us on Instagram, the Brother Sister Show.
Follow us for more Noah Centineo
We're gonna be actually
content.
we're a fan page of Noah now.
Yeah.
We're stopping the podcast talking about movies. We're just gonna strictly talk about his movies and just all the comedy that he
Movies,
does.
his comedy, his haircut, his torn ACL, everything.
How he should have been a young
JFK.
Bruce. Oh. Nope. I was gonna say Bruce Banner, but all right.
Bruce Banner.
Yeah, because he looks like Mark Ruffalo. Whatever. Email us if you have any questions or suggestions if you don't use Instagram. If you're a boomer. Okay, boomer. We
Damn.
are we're at thebrossispod@gmail.com. I think that's it. Thank you guys for listening.
Watch The Rattlesnake on Netflix for next episode.
Yep.
And follow Noah Centineo on Twitter.
This is the longest plug. This has all been a ploy. We started this podcast just so we could plug Noah.
We're not gonna stop recording episodes until we interview him.
Oh my! I am.
Okay, we have to end this, or we're never gonna end this podcast.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.